Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. It is the weekend, so let's do the whole doggone thing. Saturday, January the 6th, Apple Tree Day, Dry Bean Day, also National Bean Day, National Cuddle Up Day. Hey, we should do a little cuddling up. Shortbread Day, National Smith Day, Take a Poet to Lunch Day. I wonder who came up with that. Maybe
Probably
a poet?
some poet.
Hey, National Take Down the Christmas Tree Day. Heidi's ahead of time.
I am.
And World Technology Day, and there's some other stuff on there too. January 7th, Sunday, is Harlem Globetrotters Day.
I love the Harlem
I've seen them
Globetrotters.
numerous times. I Am a Mentor Day. I'm Not Going to Take It Anymore Day. National Bobblehead Day. Old Rock Day, National Tempura Day. There's others. There are so many things on the list these days. Big thank you to listofnationaldays.com. Also, I've got a guest joining me, Michael Azerrad. I think I'm saying his name right. He's the author of a Nirvana book. He wrote a book back when everybody was still together with that band. Now he's done like an updated version of it. I'm excited to chat with him coming up in a bit.
Do you ever get credit card offers in the mail? Those are usually the worst offers. The people who actually read their junk mail end up paying the price in the long run. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a credit card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it.
Give yourself a little credit.
Get a better credit card.
Switch to bettercreditcards.com.
That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. How long should a shower last? According to a dermatologist, if you want what's best for your skin, you should take no longer than 5-minute showers.
Oh.
And it should always be lukewarm.
Oh.
Yeah, Dr. Alia Ahmed has a list of 10 showering practices, which she says will enhance your skin health and make you look more beautiful. That's why I have such a beautiful glow, Heidi. The 5-minute rule is one of the things. Another thing, she goes, aim for once a day. Don't do more than one shower a day. Remember to wash extremities like ears and toes and legs. Wash off all of the products that you're putting on. Make sure you get that all cleared off properly. Not only should the water not be too hot, don't force yourself to have a freezing cold shower either, they say. No need to double cleanse. If you're using a suitable moisturizing body wash, that's all good, just once. Use a quarter-size squirt of whatever product, no more than that. Wash your face in the sink after the shower with lukewarm water. That's easier on your skin. And pick products that nourish the skin rather than strip it, like alcohol-based ones do. Wow. I got to change my routine. I don't think
Actually, I think you're about right.
I'm probably doing it all.
Mine is all wrong.
Yeah, yours is all. Her water is so hot that it like melts a hole in the wall. Yeah,
My skin is red
so
when I
hot.
come out, but I
So
love
hot.
it so much.
Surveys
It's awesome.
and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
Invite your friends and family over to make memories with a fun game night. VerySpecialGames.com has 5 fun games that will help everyone have a blast. Games like Ransom Notes, the ridiculous word magnet game, Abduction, a weirdly strategic game of duck kidnapping, Vins with Benefits, the hilarious Venn diagram game, Puns of Anarchy, the outrageous pun-making game, and Charty Party, the game of absurdly funny charts. Find these fun games and more at VerySpecialGames.com. That's VerySpecialGames.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Heidi, did you know? The average pet parent spends about $4,800 a year on their furry friends. That's a lot of money. We don't spend that much, do we? Well, when you calculate hair,
grooming, and I don't think we're anywhere near that. No. But
Survey of 2,000 dog and cat owners found the last year pet parents spent about $633 on pet food, but more on treats, $645 on treats. They spent money on fun items like toys, about $585. Our dog is destitute. Our dog doesn't get any of this. And clothes, $598 on dog clothes. Our dog does have a larger section in our closet than I do. So vet bills were the biggest expense, $1,242. And they say that that's about half of the budget of $4,800 in total. On here, it doesn't even have haircuts. So I don't know how they're doing that.
yeah, grooming is a big expense for us.
It is, but you know what?
Not all dogs
she
need
looks
grooming.
so good when she's done. She looks adorable. All right, we don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com. George R.R. Martin says that he has 3 Game of Thrones animated series in the works. A new blog post talks about the Netflix series Blue Eye Samurai as advertised. Even if you don't normally watch animation, they're saying this is a good one. And then there's another one called A Song of Ice and Fire, and I think there's maybe another that I don't see in here, because this is 3, but I only see 2. Elijah Blue Allman's estranged wife is going after Cher for throwing her son into a lockdown facility in Mexico. What? What is going on? I don't know. There's a lot going on. I'm just going to skip that. You can read that one in the show notes, because there's a lot going on that I'm not going to get into. And George Clooney and Brad Pitt's reunion movie, Wolves, has confirmed a release date for this year. The Apple original film project will land in theaters September 20th. The plot details are not really out yet, but they're saying that it follows 2 fixers, presumably played by Pitt and Clooney, who are assigned to do the same job. So they're like hitmen? Is that what that is? Is that what that's all about?
I have no idea, John.
I'm so confused. I've got all the details. They might make sense to you. They're in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
If your plan for the new year involves getting your financial life in order, I suggest you start with your mobile phone bill. How much do you pay every month? If that number is more than $15, it's time for Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying. Learn more now at Mintervention.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. If you are feeling cold these days, then this note is for you. They say soon you might be able to dress like a polar bear. Would you want to do that?
I am cold all winter long.
But would you want to dress like a polar bear?
Well, I don't know. What are we talking about?
Researchers in China have created a new type of fiber for clothing that takes inspiration from the polar bear's fur. And it could revolutionize the way we make winter clothing, things like sweaters and jackets. What makes a polar bear's fur unique is the fact that each hair has a porous core and a dense outer shell, allowing them to stay warm and stay dry in freezing cold conditions. So now we, people, are mimicking this. The researchers have created a strong aerogel fiber that can stretch up to 10 times its original length without breaking, something that was never possible before. Aerogels are incredibly lightweight materials known for their exceptional ability to insulate against heat. What am I saying? I'm talking in cursive over here. In a demonstration, that's what I meant to say, the team knitted a thin sweater from these fibers. Although it is about 5 times thinner than a typical jacket, a down jacket, it is shown to offer the similar warmth. So it's a lot smaller.
I love that. So yes, I would dress like a polar bear.
It's not as puffy.
So it's not as bulky.
Yeah. But here's the thing I caught on that. Stretches up to 10 times its original length. So I could buy like a medium.
Yeah, you could.
Size medium for me, please. I'm a 3X currently. I am working my way into some of my 2X things.
I think you are. Yeah, you're getting very
look
close.
Look at all the space. You could jump in this shirt with me right now.
Super exciting.
Yeah.
Getting so sexy.
Hey, I do what I can. Scoop of the she's my wife. She can say that. Scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com.
Invite your friends and family over to make memories with a fun game night. VerySpecialGames.com has 5 fun games that will help everyone have a blast. Games like Ransom Notes, the ridiculous word magnet game, Abduction, a weirdly strategic game of duck kidnapping, Vins with Benefits, the hilarious Venn diagram game, Puns of Anarchy, the outrageous pun-making game, and Charty Party, the game of absurdly funny charts. Find these fun games and more at VerySpecialGames.com. That's VerySpecialGames.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Excited to visit with Michael Azerrad. He is the author of a new book. It's called The Amplified, Come As You Are, the story of Nirvana. So this book is about the band from the 1990s that kind of changed the sound of music. And we're going to chat with him about the book. But first of all, Michael, let's talk a little bit about your background, because this is kind of fascinating too.
The term is it's an annotated book. The original book is Come As You Are, the story of Nirvana. That was written in 1990, or it was published in 1993. It's the only Nirvana biography that includes interviews with every member of the band. So it happened while the band still existed. It was written right in the thick of things. And now I've had, 30 years to think about what's in the book and to read it again and find literally hundreds of interesting nuggets in there that are worth commenting on. So the book is, The Amplified Come As You Are, is this new, much thicker hardcover edition that's like a It's like a director's commentary on
I
a
love
DVD. Is basically what it did.
I like how it's described in here. In 1993, a young rock journalist. So how do we describe you now? Not an old rock journalist, a not quite as young rock journalist?
I would say well into middle-aged
A
rock
seasoned,
journalist.
more experienced rock journalist. No, I love the fact that you
seasoned, yeah.
I love the fact that you did an update on this book and that you did the what did you call it, annotated version?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a kind of a dialogue between my current self and my 30 years ago self.
I think that's really cool because I actually have heard some of the things I recorded like a decade ago, and it's a lot different than I am today. So I imagine your writing style, everything has changed a little bit since 1993.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And that's, that's a big part of why I did the book. There were so many things I missed, partially because I was just younger and more naive, but also because I had to write the book in about 6 months. And so I was just furiously writing it down, and I didn't have much of a chance to stop and think about what people were telling me, and I wasn't able to connect a lot of dots. And so in these amplifications or annotations, I connect the dots, and sometimes it's just really, really striking what happened. But also just providing context, like cultural context. Why did Nirvana blow up? It just wasn't just because of the music.
Yeah.
Just because they connected with some cultural currents. So I write about that too.
And I think that's really kind of cool that you had a chance to do this book back in 1993, and now you get to do a current version looking back, and you get to do a little update. So I think it's got to be a really fun project to work on. That's neat.
Yeah, and it's a great luxury. Only one person has done a book like this before. It's a great book called Ain't It Time We Said Goodbye, about the Rolling Stones' 1971 tour by a guy named Robert Greenfield, one of the original Rolling Stone journalists. And that was a big inspiration for the Amplified Come As You Are. So, 30 years will give you some 20/20 hindsight and perhaps even better than that.
I love it.
So I brought a lot, like my own life experience to bear on this book.
And I like the timing on this, Michael. The book came out just a few weeks before Christmas, so I think the timing was perfect. So anybody that was looking for a gift for a Nirvana fan a few weeks ago, this would have been a great thing, or your original book, either one.
Well, the original Come As You Are is built into the Amplified Come As You Are. So it's actually, there's the original book, and then I insert commentary in between the paragraphs. So, I'll say something, and then I'll say, by the way, there's so much more to say about, for instance, Aberdeen, where Kurt grew up. And I have a whole riff about Aberdeen and why it affected Kurt the way it did, for instance. So there's all kinds of stuff like that where I say, wait a minute, got something to say about that. And,
I love it.
I talk about latchkey kids, slackers, Aberdeen, heroin chic, like all these phenomena of the 90s that come to bear on Nirvana.
Very nice. Michael, if someone's looking for the book, where can they go to find a copy of it?
You can get it probably in most bookstores or, the usual online booksellers, like Amazon, bookshop.org, if you're interested in supporting independent booksellers. It's everywhere.
Very nice. I will throw a link to it to make it very, very easy to find. Michael, thank you so much for your time.
Oh, thank you, John. It's a pleasure.
Again, the book is available right now. It came out at the tail end of last year. It's called The Amplified Come As You Are, The Story of Nirvana. I've got a link to the book in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Friday.
Do you ever get credit card offers in the mail? Those are usually the worst offers. The people who actually read their junk mail end up paying the price in the long run. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a credit card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it.
Give yourself a little credit.
Get a better credit card.
Switch to bettercreditcards.com.
That's bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The distance from your wrist to your elbow is the same length as your foot.
That's what
Yeah.
we've talked about that
We
before,
have.
and that is
It is
crazy.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
A study found that Instagramming your food before eating it may make it taste better. What?
No, I'm not going to be doing
Here's
that.
an idea. Take a photo, save it on your phone, then delete it later. I don't need to see this. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Researchers found that having too many friends on Facebook causes people to have a negative perception of you. What? Do you have a negative perception of me?
Well,
apparently that's a yes, the look on your face.
Not all of them are your friends.
No, that's just what they call them. They're acquaintances.
Yeah,
you can't
see,
have
I
a
don't
Facebook
like to add
acquaintance.
people that I don't know.
Here's the thing. Now, everybody else might poo-poo Google Plus. Remember back when they had the Google Plus thing?
Right.
They had circles, and they had different circles. So there's like close friends and acquaintances. That's what Facebook should be. All right. I'm unfriending you. Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
Invite your friends and family over to make memories with a fun game night. VerySpecialGames.com has 5 fun games that will help everyone have a blast. Games like Ransom Notes, the ridiculous word magnet game, Abduction, a weirdly strategic game of duck kidnapping, Vens with Benefits, the hilarious Venn diagram game, Puns of Anarchy, the outrageous pun-making game, and Charty Party, the game of absurdly funny charts. Find these fun games and more at VerySpecialGames.com. That's VerySpecialGames.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com. Question for you, Heidi. A survey says that 1 in 4 of us cannot name a single one of these. They're all around us. What are they?
Can't name them? I don't know. Insects.
Neighbors. They can't name a single neighbor. I remember we built a different home back in 2007. I remember we didn't know anybody, but we hosted a party to invite everybody over. And I was like, okay, here comes Green Ford guy. Let's find out who Green Ford guy is. Oh, it's White Chevy. Hey, White Chevy, how you doing?
But we did know all of them.
We got
by
to
the
know
time
them
that
then.
was
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
It's been a long time since we've not known a neighbor.
I know. We try to meet everybody. And
you try to meet everybody.
Sometimes the neighbors don't approve of it. So, Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com.
If your plan for the new year involves getting your financial life in order, I suggest you start with your mobile phone bill. How much do you pay every month? If that number is more than $15, it's time for Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying. Learn more now at Mintervention.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Neuroscientist, expert, and founder of Brain Tap, Dr. Patrick Porter, has explained exactly what is going on in the brains of people who use TikTok a lot. He actually calls this TikTok brain. It's a term used to describe the cognitive and neurological changes observed in an individual who have used the platform a lot. He says it's characterized by a notably reduced attention span.
Yeah, it's really disturbing.
Often
actually.
compared by neuroscientists to the 5-second attention span of a goldfish. This phenomenon manifests as an increased need for instant gratification and diminished patience for tasks that take longer and are more complex.
I've actually seen this in our own daughter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She's 22?
Yeah.
Going to be 23 this year.
Yeah.
Hey,
very good.
I'm new here. How you guys doing? No, I have friends that are on social media so much that it's like in the real world, you can't even talk to them anymore.
No.
I'm like, okay, well, I'll just send you a message. Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Words and phrases banned for 2024, according to Michigan's Lake Superior State University. They're Lake Superior. They're superior to all of us. But they do this every year. They have a list of words. So words we're not supposed to use anymore, hack. We can't say hack anymore. Hey, fun fact for you. If you type hack in a comment on Facebook or like post something, you'll get completely inundated by hackers who are saying they can help you. I found that out the hard way.
Okay.
Impact. Oh, by the way, I don't click on any of their links if they do that. Impact. When you're using it as a verb, we can impact this. We can do the, whatever. At the end of the day, we're supposed to quit saying that. Riz, it's short for charisma. They're saying stop.
Yeah, please
that was
stop
just the
saying that.
word of 2023. Now they're saying don't say it in 2024. Slay. Perfectly acceptable in specific context, but they're saying don't say it if it's a mundane action. Oh, we're going to slay this thing and get it done. Iconic, cringeworthy, obsessed, side hustle, and wait for it. No, you don't have to wait for it. That's the phrase. All of those things.
Oh, no,
we're
you can't
supposed to
stop saying wait for it.
Wait for it. All right. Several things there on the list. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Invite your friends and family over to make memories with a fun game night. VerySpecialGames.com has 5 fun games that will help everyone have a blast. Games like Ransom Notes, the ridiculous word magnet game, Abduction, a weirdly strategic game of duck kidnapping, Vins with Benefits, the hilarious Venn diagram game, Puns of Anarchy, the outrageous pun-making game, and Charty Party, the game of absurdly funny charts. Find these fun games and more at VerySpecialGames.com. That's VerySpecialGames.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Quote today, Heidi, is from Mark Twain, who says, "Be careful about reading health books. You may die of a misprint."
Oh, okay.
That's good. Have you ever typed something and then afterwards it like meant something? Oh, I know you did, because I remember you sent a message to a friend.
My gosh.
Hey, big gut.
Yes.
It was supposed to be,
that
hey,
was
big
awful.
guy. And it was, hey, big gut. She felt horrible. She's like, I can't believe it. Of all the people to send it to, why did I do that? And
Well,
it was
the
like,
T
I
and the
didn't
Y
mean
are
to.
right next to each other. It was a
Yeah.
total accident. It was
She felt
awful.
so
I felt
bad.
terrible. And he was a bigger guy. It was awful.
He's a super nice dude. He understood it was just a mistake. He quit talking to Heidi
was
10 years ago.
was
So.
terrible.
Quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way, courtesy of GenesisGoldIRA.com. And our story today, I think, is actually kind of a cool little story here. It's from Norman, Oklahoma. Owner standing by door hoping for customers gets a sudden influx of customers after somebody snapped a photo and posted this on Facebook.
Oh,
it's the owner of a
I
hot
love
dog
this.
establishment in Oklahoma. He's getting far more than he expected when a customer who was in the store turned his slow day into a bustling success.
Aw.
And it's a military man who snapped the photo. You can see his uniform. He snapped the photo like over his shoulder. And he said, he has been standing here waiting on customers to come in.
Oh.
So Scott, owner of Spiral's Hot Dogs and More in Norman, Oklahoma, found himself standing by the door December 20th. So this is from a while ago, hoping to get some customers. That's when a customer did come in, Nick Chappelle, and he posted on social media, and that kind of changed his day.
I bet it did.
All of a sudden, everybody was there.
These are the positive results
Yeah.
of social media.
And it turned into 2,000 shares. It turned into over 70 guests at dinner that day. And the gift just keeps on giving. He's got business that, because now people have gone there and they're like,
Right.
wow, this is good. And then there's people that are learning about it. And I'm looking at some of the hot dogs he has. I would like to try this.
I'm sure you would.
There's one hot dog with, it looks like chili and macaroni and cheese. I'm like, what?
yeah.
There's
Yeah,
a
I'm
lot
sure
of
you
stuff
would.
going on. I mean, just saying, we got a cheat day coming soon on our diet. How long is it going to take to get to Norman, Oklahoma from here? Anyway, I think that's really cool. I've got a link to the story. You can see the video and the photos and all the stuff. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show.